excited to meet you. Guess that's pretty silly to admit. I mean, for one thing, you're a prince, and I'm just some girl who isn't even a real knight yet. Not to mention how small you are. Like, no offense, but it couldn't really work. Could it? Could it?
Oh, I don't know about that. If I weren't engaged to be married, I might...
Oh, right, and the married thing. Gosh, I really shouldn't be saying this stuff to you, like, at all. Sorry I interrupted. What were you gonna say?
It's not important. You're absolutely right, of course. I'm engaged, so never mind. Although, just for the sake of correcting misinformation, relationships between people of your size and mine are very much possible. I happen to know that firsthand.
As soon as we fucking met this guy, we were enamored. To be fair, that's everyone. Everyone we've met so far, the moment we meet them, we're like, God, he's so hot. It's great.
It's a dating game.
Yeah. Really? They are? We could, I mean, hypothetically. But, how would that work, though?
Here's where FALKNER gets real dirty.
Not about the size, shy ambitions. All right. Thanks, Mental.
Thank you. Okay. Oh, for goodness sake. Use your imagination. It isn't so hard to figure out.
I don't want to say what I'm imagining. It's pretty rude.
Let's consider the subject dropped, shall we? FALKNER is a dirty, dirty man.
We're both happy to move on, or so we keep walking. Or I do, at least. FALKNER keeps riding. So far, Mount Needle hasn't lived up to its dangerous reputation, but I know anything could happen out here. I do my best to keep my guard up, and eventually, we come to a path that splits. Oh, okay, I've studied the trails. I'm pretty sure we should follow this lower path. It's the long way around, but it'll be much safer.
Nonsense. If the higher route is faster, then that's the one we should take.
FALKNER's like, we can totes bang. Yup.
Chill, my dude. Yeah. Oh, God. Sitting hurts.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Ugh.
You could get like a bunch of pillows.
Yeah.
Like
I
a
can
lot
do
of
this.
pillows.
I can do this for like a minute.
But we'd run into... Oh, we'd much... Listen, one more time. Last time's a charm. But we'd be much more likely to run into more dangerous creatures. Also, it'll get much colder up there. I mean, it's cold now, but it could be way worse.
Seeing is at my face. I don't want to argue about this. Don't you remember what I told you? Time is of the essence.
Sure, but if we get attacked or if the weather acts up, it'll end up slowing us down more, won't it? Listen, it's my job to keep you safe, so...
Ha! Not likely. You're here to be... Well, for lack of a better term, my steed. I'm responsible for you, so I'll be the one keeping you safe. Have said that, we shall do as I say.
What? If you even, take one step into the snow, you'll be up to your head. And if it keeps snowing, you'd never get out.
Rosemary, what's the matter with you?
What do you mean? I'm stating the obvious. How could you possibly protect us? Forget it.
Rosemary.
Underestimating magic.
Rosemary. Rosemary, I suggest you keep that gigantic mouth of yours shut.
What? What's this gigantic thing about? You think you're better than me because of my size or something?
Not because of your size, no. I'm sure you'd be just as clumsy and dim-witted at half my height.
Wow, why are you a dick? I told you.
This guy's a dick.
I don't like when you
This guy's
talk
an
to me
asshole.
like that.
That's too bad. Have you forgotten I'm the prince here? I can say what I like. You'll obey my command, and that's final. As I said, should we come into any trouble, I will protect you.
No, you won't. I'll protect you.
I've had enough of this. We're taking the high path, and that's final. Onward.
He gives a sharp tug on my hair, which hurts a lot more than I expected. Ow! Hey! That's not okay! We end up doing what he wants anyway. Compensating. How is it possible that I'm getting bossed around by someone I could literally step on? I guess he's right. This is what he hired me for. There's nothing much I can do. I trudge on, feeling a little resentful, just when I thought we were getting along better. Sneeze right on him. Pitch this mofo like a baseball. Trail is steady. There's snow and wind, but it hasn't gotten too harsh. Maybe this will be okay after all. Though it's a little hard to pay much attention to my surroundings. The first time we argued, we got over it pretty quickly. This time, though, when we're not sulking, we're snapping at each other.
You see, your worries were for nothing. I knew this path would be better. Next time, it would do well for you to listen.
All right already. Gosh, you're loud for a little guy.
Ah, how surprising. Another comment about my height. Have you no imagination? You know, I wouldn't be surprised if your brain were smaller than mine despite the size of your head.
What? Is that what you're so mad about? Look, I didn't mean little in a bad way. I only meant... I don't get to tell him what I meant. I'm interrupted by a chilling sound that cuts through the air. Awoo!
Good.
Not to change the subject, but now I'm kind of worried about whatever that was.
Behind you.
Slowly, I turn around. 2 piercing eyes stare right at me. A wolf. No, wolves. A whole pack of them. Fierce, fangs bared, their guttural growls rising in chorus. We're surrounded. See? What did I tell you about the high road? Now we gotta deal with a wolf attack.
Perhaps you weren't entirely wrong. But not to worry, this sort of thing is well within my wheelhouse.
No. I'm handling this. You got us into this mess. I'll get us out. We shouldn't waste any more time bickering. The pack is closing in on us and they look mean.
Wait to see.
Do we wait?
Wait to see.
You think we should wait?
Yeah, I want to see his magic.
Okay.
But let chat chime in.
Well, I'm gonna let them chime in. It takes them a minute to catch up. They all wait. Okay, they want to wait.
Yeah.
I decide to wait and see what they'll do. But while I have my eye on the largest one, another wolf attacks. Before I can register what's happening, it's on my legs. I kick it away and almost topple over. 2 more wolves leap on top of me, scrabbing for a weak spot in my armor. I can take them, I know I can, but there's just so many, more than I thought. I grab for my sword and manage to knock them away. But as I get my bearings, I realize for the first time that Falkner's no longer on my shoulder. Falkner? Falkner! In the second it takes for me to cry out, the wolves are on top of me again. I need to get to Prince Falkner before the wolves do, but I can hardly get them away from me. Xena, what are you doing? It must be a bug or something. The largest wolf, fangs bared. What are you doing?
You can't see Falkner.
Oh, you can't see. Okay. The largest wolf, fangs bared, lunges for my throat. I've got to think of something fast. Grrr. The large wolf stops short and crumples into the snow. There's a small spurt of blood at its shaggy neck. What the? I catch a glimpse of a small shape darting through the air. Another flash and another wolf falls down dead. The rest of the pack are glancing around, panicked, searching out their invisible attacker. The tiny shape lands on a boulder, and I finally see it for what it is. Prince Falkner! There's a bloodied spear in his hand, glittering like glass in the snowy sunlight. From here I can see his face. He doesn't seem scared or even very excited. He has the expression of measured calm and certainty, that of a man who's doing a job and knows how to do it well. He leaps again. It's amazing, impossible, how high and fast he can jump. And another wolf falls, pierced through the throat and killed instantly. By now the rest of the pack have caught on. They dash off and disappear into the mountain. Falkner, that was amazing. This is so dumb, I love it. With one last graceful leap, Falkner returns to his place on my shoulder. He wipes his brow, exhales, and gives me a conspiratorial wink.
Bit of a shame to have to slaughter them like that. Poor things are only doing what nature intended. Still, if nature is red in tooth and claw, then there are times we must strive to match it.
How do you jump around like that? You must be so strong. Like, really strong.
It just comes from combat training and experience. Nothing more.
It's magic.
Still, I'm not one to reject a compliment. Thank you. Although I can't help but notice that you didn't do much.
Hey! I was caught off guard. If you'd given me a chance, I would have... We're interrupted by a low, vicious growl. Oh, Jesus Christ. Out of the corner of my eye, I see a lithe and muscular shape slink toward us. A snow leopard, poised to strike. Maybe that's the real reason the wolves ran away. Before I can blink, it lashes out, unleashing its deadly claws. Falkner knows it's only too late.
Oh dear.
Fortunately, I'm ready to move. I twist my body, jerking my shoulder away so that Falkner's just out of reach of those claws. Leopards are much more dangerous than wolves. I'm gonna have to finish this quickly. The leopard pounces and I duck at just the right moment. I grab my sword and in one fluid motion I slide my blade into the beast's chest, right through its heart. The leopard doesn't have time to cry out in pain. It gasps, voiceless, and dies.
Well then.
Once I'm sure the leopard is done for, I retrieve my sword and wipe the blood off in the snow.
Rosemary, I have to admit, that was some very nice footwork. If you hadn't moved at precisely the right moment, I would have been killed. You're not nearly as clumsy as you look.
I'm sorry about the kitty, guys. It was a tough... Z, don't look. Don't worry, Z... Oh, she has her little furry mouse.
Z could not care.
Z is losing her tiny kitty brain right now. Oh, you gotta go? See you later, Poke anyone. Thanks for coming by.
Bye. I'm also gonna bail soon.
Are you sure?
My legs hurt.
Haha, high praise.
Really though, I mean it. You were amazing.
Thanks, Falkner. Sorry I doubted you when you said you could protect me. You're obviously an amazing fighter. Ben, no.
Chill, guys. Well, it's clear to me now that the same goes for you.
Chat has zero chill. Once again, I find myself staring at Falkner a little too long. This time, though, he stares right back. That spear of yours is pretty cool. Is it made of glass?
Oh, it's a type of clear diamond, actually. A special product of the Fae Kingdom. We found many uses for it. Would you like to see it?
I take it gingerly. Even though it's like a toy spear in my hands, it's surprisingly heavy. Wow, it feels hefty. Even to me. It must be hard to carry.
No more than your sword is for you, I'm sure. That thing is almost as big around as you are.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I had to train a long time before I could even lift it.
There you are. If a weapon is not first a burden, then any fool could use it. You and I, Rosemary, are no fools. Anyway, this spear is another gift from my home, so I'm happy to carry it, regardless of its weight.
You know, my sword is kind of a special thing from my homeland, too. It's made from an alloy that Northerners discovered a few hundred years ago.
Really? I've never heard of that. Do explain.
We spend the rest of the day walking on and chatting excitedly about swords and weapons, although it's cold and harsh out here on the trail, I hardly notice it. Falkner isn't exactly shy, but I've never seen him so talkative. It's not until we notice that the sun is set that we realize we should stop.
And wait, for my money, a good halberd is... Oh, it's gotten dark. Should we stop and make camp for the night?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I had no idea how late it was. You know, this was nice.
It really was. I haven't had such a good shop talk like this since my academy days.
And I've never really talked to anyone like that, ever. I've never known anyone who was interested in swords and stuff, not the same way I was. I guess I didn't realize how lonely it was until now.
Yes, I know what you mean.
It doesn't take long to make camp in a nearby cave. We settle in and rest by the firelight. I'd say the journey's going pretty well so far, give or take a wolf attack or two.
I quite agree. You know, you've been working hard all day, carrying me, slaying beasts. Why don't you sit back and let me make you some dinner?
Sure.
Oh, boy can cook.
Sure, that sounds good. But I only brought rations, like dried meat and stuff. I don't know what you can make from that.
Rosemary, Rosemary, Rosemary. Do you take me for some ill-prepared dullard wandering around without the makings for fine cuisine always close at hand?
Are you saying you've been carrying around the ingredients for a fancy dinner this whole time?
Always. Here, sit back, my dear. Allow me to take you on a culinary journey.
Oh shit. I'm not picky, but sure, whatever you say. Falkner immediately gets to work. From his pack, he pulls some small strips of what looks like some kind of smoked fish, a clove of garlic, which he has to grab with both arms, and some other ingredients in small jars that have been diced into incredibly fine powder. He uses a spear to cut up the garlic, and I realize that preparing ingredients must be really hard work for Fae people like him. Still, the work goes quickly, and from how confident and at ease he is, it seems like he enjoys cooking and does it often. I guess that's why I never quite think of Falkner as pompous. It's not a facade he's putting on, he's got the skill to back up his attitude. Soon, he presents me with a small tray of food. Even though it's tiny, it looks delicious.